Inspector Kev, when you need a fix, get Inspector Kev.
Hey, welcome to Inspector Kev. Today we're going to fix the flapper in the toilet. If your toilet is making this noise, if it's draining constantly, it's not filling up to the water line, which you can see the water line is right here, which is where your toilet should be filling close to or about before it can be recycled. And my toilet is continuing to cycle, but if we look inside the toilet, we can see that the flapper, which is this white thing here, is not totally covering the drain. And over time, flappers do tend to get smaller. And if you notice, mine is seriously not filling back up. So before I replace the flapper, I'm going to go down and turn the water off to my toilet. The water is actually feeding to my toilet. So I'm going to go down below, find the little knob below your toilet, and I'm going to turn that off. And it's going to keep the water from cycling while you're replacing your flapper. Get a nice couple turns until you reach the end. Now that I've turned the water off to the toilet, I'm going to go inside now and let the water drain out as much as possible, as much as it's going to drain out, and then I'm going to remove my flapper from the hinges inside my toilet. For this was basically just a rubber hinge where I just pull it and pull up towards me and it comes apart. Now once you get the flapper out, you can see your drain hole, and again, measure the diameter of your drain hole, and it's going to tell you what size flapper you require. And this is the flapper that I picked up, which I'm going to use to replace my old flapper today. This is a 3-inch universal flapper. Some flappers are going to be 2 inches and some may be a little bit larger. But in order to get the size of your flapper, or the flapper that's required, you need to measure the diameter of the actual drain hole, which is right below the flapper that's currently inside the toilet. And with this flapper, I can adjust the amount of water I want to use to flush the toilet. If I want to use less water, I'll put it on 1. If I want to use more water, I'll put it on 8. And you can see the numbers are here. I don't know if the camera's really picking that up, but the numbers are about right here, and you're going to have this one arrow here. You can tell this is the correct arrow because it's shaped different than the other things that are projecting from the flapper. And you just want to turn it around until you get to your desired flush level. For me, I typically leave it at 3 or 3.5. So now you just want to make sure you get the chain off. Make sure you just take the flapper outside here. Try not to break it because sometimes it's easier to reuse what's already in place than to put the new one into place. And what I mean by that is just the hook that your chain is on. Sometimes you just want to make sure you keep that in place. If you can see the little hook right there. So I'm just going to take that out. So now I'm just going to go down and I'm going to put this on. Connect it. Make sure not to. I can't see the camera, so I don't know exactly what the camera's showing right now. But basically, I'm just going to slide this on to the bar. Got one on. We got 2 on. And you can see that flapper. And you can see that this flapper totally covers that 3-inch diameter drain valve. And now that we have the flapper in place and got the chain adjusted, now we want to go down here and turn the water back on. And having the water on is the only way you're going to truly know if your chain is adjusted properly. So basically just turn the water back on, let the tank fill up, and then you're going to play with the handle on your toilet, flush it a few times to make sure it's going to recycle itself. Basically flush out the water and put the water back in. And now the toilet's filling back up, so it should fill up to that water line or just below it. It's not always going to reach the water line, but it's going to be very close to it. So make sure it's going to be up that water line. It's going to stop your drain. It's going to flush your water, and it's going to recycle that water back into your toilet bowl. So here we go. Let's give it a flush. Properly. And as you can see, it flushed with the proper pressure, and it's filling up just as it should. And once it reaches that water line just about or just below, the water should turn off and your toilet should be nice now back in working order. Now we're just going to put the top back on and we're going to button her up and call it a day because now our toilet is fixed and there's no more drainage. Everything is good. So thanks for tuning in and hope to see you soon.
Inspector Kev, when you need a fix, get Inspector Kev.